Joe Crowley says he's still devastated over a fire last Friday that all but destroyed his home near the Blenheim area of Marlboro County.
It breaks everything I got, because everything that I've ever worked for is gone.
Crowley, his wife, and teenage son all lived in the home, a place where he says they felt joy and peace. Luckily, they weren't home when it burned.
I'm just thankful that God was with us. He let us not be home when it caught on fire.
Crowley tells me he had Christmas gifts and other valuables inside, along with pictures of his late father. He says those pictures of his dad are just priceless.
Everything. This is my home. And I've had pictures of my daddy and everybody, and they're gone. That's all I have is my mom and my daddy. And I lost daddy in 2020, and everything's gone.
Since that fire, both day and night, Crowley is at the home. He says some things his father gave him remain on the property. He refuses to leave, even sleeping inside his truck. That no matter what you tell me, you're not going to leave.
Yes, man, I ain't going nowhere. If I had to pinch a tent out, I'll stay in my tent. But I'm not going to leave my daddy's stuff. I won't.
Crowley says the insurance adjuster came out yesterday to take a look at the damage. He says even if it takes him another month to get back with him, he will be right there on his property.
These young adults I spoke with say they've had an interesting collegiate career with COVID and online classes, but the hardships may continue for many as they entered the workforce in a troubled economy. More than 700 Coastal Carolina University students shared feelings of bliss as they moved their teal tassel from right to left, signifying their accomplishment of acquiring a degree.
I feel ecstatic. I am so excited. It has been a long 4.5 years, and I'm just ready to see what the world has in store for me after college.
St. Louis says her college career was far from normal, with a global pandemic closing campuses and moving classes online, and that's the case for many of these new alumni, many saying COVID really put a damper on things, including their GPA.
I am so happy to be past online courses. That was really that tanked my GPA, it tanked my mental health, but I am glad that I persevered and made it through.
Now they face a new problem ahead.
I am nervous about housing and the jobs, so the economy, just because the jobs I'm looking for as a marine science student would have to do with coral reefs and restoration and trying to help just get the world back on track. And that is where the more expensive living places are, near the water.
Affordable housing isn't the only concern for some of these new grads, finding a job and one that pays well as they enter a struggling economy.
I am a little nervous just with prices going up higher and the cost of living going up higher, but average pay is kind of staying the same. So I will say I am a little nervous with that.
I talked with a third-generation farmer today who says if rates go up, he'll have to make a pretty tough decision whether to water his crops or pay his power bill. Anthony Ward has been farming since he was a kid. He farms about 130 acres near Timmonsville. Ward is worried about how a potential rate increase from Duke Energy would impact his ability to farm on all of that land.
We wake up, work from sun up to sundown, and we're faced with challenges every year. We understand they're faced with challenges. We just want to be reasonable.
Duke Energy Progress has filed an application with the Public Service Commission seeking to increase its rates by approximately 14.4%. The average consumer's home monthly bill would go up by $14.36 per month starting in April, and by another $4.40 a month in 2024, and then another $5.41 per month in 2025. Duke Energy says, quote, recent investments made to increase system reliability and resiliency, achieve a cleaner, smarter energy future, and focus on operational excellence and enhancing the customer experience to more than 172,000 customers in the PD region of South Carolina are the primary reasons behind this request. Ward tells me he uses lots of electricity to run his irrigation system for his crops. He says an increase could cost him an additional $5,000 a year.
Do I want to pay the electric bill, or do I want to not water my crops? If you don't water your crops, you can't make the food. You can't make the food, you can't feed the people. If you don't have the food, the cost of the product goes up. And inflation's high enough as it is, and this will only make matters worse.
This isn't a done deal. The Public Service Commission has to approve Duke Energy's request. They'll hear that matter on January 23rd.